How much does it cost to build a new dental office? The first answer is more than you want to hear. And worse than that, more expensive tomorrow than it was yesterday. But the good news starts now. First, your starting question shouldn't be focused on the dollar amount. Really, let me explain. What you need to focus on first are two things. What will my percentage of production cost be once I'm up and running 6 to 12 months from the start? You shouldn't have your amortized monthly cost be more than 10% of production. So focusing on what your production number will be should actually be the starting point. We have a large number of offices. This percentage is actually 5%. So at that point, the cost of building is noise. In fact, in one-year post-completion surveys, far too many offices report that they should have listened and actually built bigger. To learn more about how to right-size your office, refer to this resource regarding the math of growth. But now, let me get to directly the most important question, number 2. There's a concept referred to as competitive strategy. People that understand real business understand this. Dentists don't. In the mindset of competitive strategy, your understanding would be that you can't control the average construction cost in your area. What you can control are the results. And so the far more important question, instead of what's the cost, would be what can I get of income producing value for every dollar that I spend? When you do that, you become laser focused on your design. Your focus changes to efficiency of construction, the effectiveness of space planning, the productive results of the equipment you plan to use. Your focus should not, at least at the onset, be about what the logo should look like or which music you want to play, the things that we've been dreaming about. All of this is with the end goal of being more productive by design than anyone else in your region. The rest of the costs, leaseholds, the cost of land in your area, construction costs, permitting delays, you largely can't control. Bad planning is therefore your biggest expense. Great planning is your biggest opportunity. So if your area is one of those places where the cost to build is $450 a square foot, oh my God, and there's folks that have higher costs, then that's what every other competitor has to spend too. So figure out how you can do that but need 1/3 less space to get the same amount of treatment rooms. You just cut your costs by 1/3. So do that with a layout plan that's twice as productive. So do that with equipment that costs less but gets better results. What results from this, as understood by the rest of the business world, is referred to as sustainable competitive advantage. Every other dentist that has not done what you do to create this advantage will have a very difficult barrier to compete forever. They can buy new technology or spend more on marketing, do anything to train their people, but they'll always have higher costs, which, for example, means that you'll always be able to pay higher wages for better people. If you've done this correctly, you'll have clear and simple systems by design, so your staff will be able to get up to speed faster. Training will take less time. Room turnaround will be faster and cost you less. In each and every aspect of what you do, you simply pull further and further ahead of everybody else. So how much does it cost to build a dental office? Here are some numbers. I put them on a slide because we'll have to renew this constantly. And there's your challenge. It'll cost you from here to here about this much for tenant fit out. It'll cost about this much for a freestanding office. Renovating existing buildings about as expensive as building new, but it's generally quicker because there's less in the way of permitting needed. You see the wide variation, sometimes over double in range, so this is probably not simply a question of material cost. Labor is a huge factor. So here we are. You probably have more questions at this point than you have answers. I suspect that I just have told you some things that may stretch your understanding of what's possible. But simply stated, in over 2 decades, we've never had a dentist take our advice and fail, ever. So if you have more questions, feel free to contact us. We probably know a great builder in your area. And more importantly, we know how to get you what you really need, that forever advantage. And the knowledge that with it, nobody can catch you. Thanks for your time.